Good afternoon, Jamaica. Welcome to Sports Unwrapped, Gleaner's weekly sports review. I am Leighton Levy. Today we are at the seat of power of Jamaica's cricket, the Jamaica Cricket Association, and we're talking to Paul Campbell, the president, who faces an election in the coming weeks. Right after the break, we come back with that interview. Welcome back to Sports Unwrapped. I'm Leighton Levy. As I said before, with me today is Paul Campbell, president of the Jamaica Cricket Association. Paul, thanks for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
Tell me, Paul, you have an election coming up. And of course, it's a very challenging time because cricket is facing many challenges, financial and otherwise, in this country. Tell me a little bit about what is it about your presidency why you think you should be back in the seat whenever the elections are being held?
I think the last 4 years, and I start at the stage of being vice president to Mr. Jackie Hendricks. We outline a plan of action to take Jamaica's cricket to a much higher level than it was, and that plan is something that must be looked at in a 4-year cycle. We have gone through that 4-year cycle, and what we have done is we have outlined our achievements in terms of where we were, where we are today, and what we need to do to go for the next 4. So we have built a solid foundation, and I do believe that it is in sync with the wider community to say that Jamaica's cricket going to the next level requires the business model, requires the development and creation of a first-class cricket system, requires good corporate governance, and it requires engagement of the wider community, which represent, those are our 4 main plans. I do believe that we have gotten favor from the wider community with those, and I do think that that is what we need to do in terms of ensure implementation and success of Jamaica's cricket going forward.
You just said that you came up by being vice president to Jackie Hendricks. Lindell Wright, the man who challenges you for your president, is your vice president right now. Why is he not suited to the role as president?
Well, I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is why I should continue and thing. And but I think it's a point that I need to touch on, and that is my role as vice president to Jackie Hendricks. And I am one who believe that you must play a supporting role if you're in that position. I don't think that I need to go into the details of my vice president term and thing, but that is critical. Having played that role and now in the seat, then I am better suited to carry on and things. So the question you ask is one for the gentleman and not for me.
All right. What in your last tenure, what would you be considered the biggest accomplishment, the most significant accomplishment for your administration?
I would say it is the restructuring of Jamaica's cricket. Whereas we have seen significant success in cupping titles. In 2009, it was the best year for Jamaica's cricket, 6 of 8 titles on offer. But we have seen that before, not at that scale, but certainly we have seen that success. And sustenance is key. And the restructuring of our cricket in terms of establishing a technical unit to ensure that the quality assurance, the standards are at the optimum, to ensure that we have the structure of managing the business, to ensure that we communicate better, right? I think that is the greatest, as I see it, in terms of building a supporting structure, right, to ensure sustainability. And as such, the links and the whole leveraging of our international association and thing, I think we're on a solid footing for greater things.
Should he be returned as president for another 2 years? 3 years, actually. One is 2 years, sorry. When you look at what is ahead? What would be the most significant thing you need to accomplish in over the next term?
I think that is to finalize this new model, so as to the business model, so as to ensure sustainability of our programs. What do I mean? Planning is one, and as someone said some time ago, it takes cash to care. Whereas in the past we depended to a great extent on sponsorship, right? I think we have to lessen that reliance on sponsorship because our partners are also experiencing difficulties. So we have to find ways, creative ways of exploiting the commercial opportunities and ensure that their inflows are from diverse sources as against primarily from sponsorship. So that is key, and in order for us to do that, we must ensure that we have, in terms of the right structure, the right personnel, with the know-how as to how to exploit.
And finally, when do you think those elections will be? They've been put off because of the financial audit. Can you give us any hint as to when the next elections will finally be?
Constitutionally, we are okay up until the end of March. And I would not wish to to call a date at this point in time, but to say that we're well within the construct of the Constitution, and as such, we're going to ensure that the business of sport is the winner, and sport general, the game of cricket, is the one, and not just the election. All
right, Paul, thank you very much, and of course, all the best when the elections do come up, whenever they eventually become reality.
Thank you. Good.
When we come back, we give you their sports fact of the week, and then we wrap up for this week. Welcome back, folks, but that's it for this week. You remember, you can get to us at sportsunwrapped@glenajm.com. That's where you send us your emails. Of course, you can catch my blogs at glenablogs.com, and of course, click onto the Glena site, jamaicagleena.com, and you can find the Sports Unwrapped link and click on it, and you'll see us there. Of course, we couldn't let you go without giving you the sports fact of the week. George Headley, who first played for Jamaica in 1927 and played right up until 1954, largely considered the Black Bradman, the man who has had test average of more than 60 runs per innings, actually wasn't born in Jamaica. George Headley was born in May 1909 in Panama before he came to Jamaica at the age of 10 to learn English. That's your sports fact of the week. Until next week, this is Leighton Levy saying goodbye and be a good sport.